Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
Yes, I chose verse 94 of Sri Radha Sudhanidhi, written by Srila Prabhupada Saraswati, who dived deep in his Manjari bath, who experienced to be really near Srimati, to serve her personally, intimately. And Shripad is so generous that he offers his prayers to us. And Anantadas Babaji helped us to understand his prayers with his beautiful commentaries. So this is verse 94. O beautiful daughter of King Vrishabhanu, Vrindavan's transcendental Cupid, Krishna, always flatters your maidservants in so many ways, desiring the festival of your indescribable mercy. I, Shripad, praise your beautiful feet, from which waves of very blissful, constant passion always flow. I repeat this verse. O beautiful daughter of King Vrishabhanu, Vrindavan's transcendental Cupid, Krishna, always flatters your maidservants in so many ways, desiring the festival of your indescribable mercy. I praise your beautiful feet, from which waves of very blissful, constant passion always flow. Well, may I share something?
Please, you don't have to ask, so Devi.
So, I was contemplating about this festival of Sri Radha's mercy. And what I now would like to share is not just exactly fitting to this verse, but to Radha's mercy. I thought about the Rasa dance. And the Rasa dance, there, Krishna fulfills the longings of the souls to be together with him. He enchanted the gopis with his flute song, and the gopis ran to him. There were no obstacles. They forgot all their duties. For them, it was so immediately so important to be with him. With all their love, they ran to meet Krishna. And in this Rasa dance, Krishna danced with each and every soul. It was a dance. And it is Radha's duty to send him the souls. So she looked at this dance also very happy. But then Sri Radha left this dance. Imagine this shock. But it was because she was jealous. Sri Radha is the ocean of compassion. She is love, the love. And she is the ocean of cleverness. So perhaps in this moment she knew, well, now I could reward this gopis with really another kind of gift. Not only to say, I'm yours, Krishna. Please be together with me. But instead to serve her, the energy of love. So then the Rasa dance stopped and this Gora Lila starts. She is the ocean of mercy who rewards the gopis with this unprecious gift of Manjari bath. She helped them to go a step further on. And therefore she had to leave the Rasa dance. And also the gopis got some kind of pride because they were together with Krishna. And so also Krishna disappeared to make them longing. And also Sri Radhika does help her beloved because Krishna has to say, my dear gopis, I can't reciprocate. He said, I'm not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within a lifetime of Brahma. Your connection, gopis, with me is beyond reproach. So Sri Radhika helped him. Krishna had to get another form, Gauranga. And perhaps this Leela starts exactly in this moment. She is the ocean of mercy. Yes.
First of all, I like that you are doing a deep meditation about the connection of this verse of Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi and the Rasa dance.
This is the verse before also. Huh?
Mm-hmm. But the point I just want to add here is that actually the gopis who took part in the Rasa dance, they were never interested in being a manjari. So
at this moment not, but perhaps afterward, perhaps because of Radha's mercy, they
had the mercy of getting the feelings that how it was when Radharani was not in the Rasa dance, right? That was actually also Radharani's mercy on them. Because we know after Radharani had left the Rasa dance, Krishna was looking for her, and then Krishna was carrying her. But Krishna immediately felt that Srimati Radhika was not happy without her friends. So it was her desire to also, again, come together with her gopis that were now desperate and looking for both of them in big separation feelings. So it is not necessarily that those gopis like that the gopis who are in the Rasa dance can become in Manjari mood, because they want to be in Krishna's relationship. They want to dance with him. They want to be embraced by him. They have this. They were actually in former lives. Many of them were also the gopi. They called the Munichari rishis, or the other kind of high souls, rishis, who had prayed to get Krishna's association in different ages when he was in his form as Ramachandra, for example.
Yes.
So they had this desire for many lifetimes, and then it got fulfilled, and it is not connected to the Manjari Bhav that Baba is explaining here, because that verse is about how Krishna flattered the maidservants of Srimati Radhika to come in contact and break her man, her anger, her little bit pique,
Yes.
So that is a completely different story here.
Yes, I know. But imagine if they, because they dance with Krishna, recognize there must something else.
Tarun Baba
And
wants
they
to say
looked
something.
And they looked at Sri Radha, how she loves Krishna, and they want to serve her. Yes.
That is a very, very lovely thought, but always remember, I'm on this, I like Sudhanidhi is saying, that is a beautiful thinking because you're a beautiful soul, but you have to always remember the Sthayi Bhav is the Sthayi Bhav. So when we talk about the Rasa Leela, we talk about the Nitya Sita Parikars and the gopis who danced with Krishna in the Rasa Leela. Their stay bhav will never change. So the mantra is, that we are in the eternal Leela. Even when Krishna is on the planet, those who are dancing with Swamini, those who are dancing with Krishna, their stay bhav is Saki. So they have the tendency to enjoy with the Lord. But like Sudhanidhi said, my dears, this verse is another one of those big shots for Manjari Bhav, because when you speak about this verse, the supreme personality of Godhead, the creator of everything, what is he doing? And this is what we talked about yesterday also. This,
yes.
And the days and the week before, and in the Prema Mela. So the supreme personality of Godhead, he goes down to the platform of flattering the manjaris. Just imagine this rasa. We go away now,
of course,
from the tattva, and we go to the point of rasa, that Krishna, he himself lowers himself. Even sometimes he bows down. This is one verse. There are many verses where he bows down and he begs sometimes the kinkaris to get entrance to break the man of Swamini. So here we have, one day I will make a compilation. I think I made already a compilation. These are the beautiful verses which nourish and which strengthen our nishta in Manjari Bhav. So this verse really, if you are in the presence of Sadhu Maharaj and Baba, this verse is just beautifully chosen, Sudevi, because this is what we need. We need Ishta Nishta, we need Guru Nishta, and we need Nishta in our Siddha Swarup. And this is, if Krishna comes and he flatters, the word flattering means saying, schmiering Honig ums Maul. Ne? So
schmeicheln.
Schmeicheln, put honey around the mouth, he is really begging like a beggar. The biggest, like yesterday we said, Akhilamrita. He is the reservoir of all rasas. But what is he doing? The ocean is going to the little sweet kinkari, and he's begging, come on, please break the man of Swamini. I want to be with her. So this is a deep point, and I think Baba will make a very, very beautiful explanation of this most wonderful verse. Jayo.
Yes. Jayo. So sorry.
Oh, it is important.
Please don't be sorry. No, sorry. Please don't be sorry. This is just sharing, and you shared your emotions, and they are beautiful. Don't be sorry. This is not. We are sharing in love. When we are sorry, we are again in our guilty Christian feelings. Please go out of that. We share in love, right?
Thank you. So, may I read the commentary? Once, Srimati Radhika eagerly waited the whole night for Krishna in her self-decorated arbor, but he did not show up. Only at daybreak, he came before her with clear signs of Chandravali's love-making on his body. With eyes reddened of anger, Srimati then told him,
I want to just say, sorry, I want to just shortly get our attention. How special is this verse? Because it starts immediately with the Leela.
Yes.
Right? It is, hardly ever we have it. But immediately it's the Leela. So it's very beautiful that you chose this verse.
May I read this scene again? Yes?
Sure.
Once Srimati Radhika eagerly waited the whole night for Krishna in her self-decorated arbor, but he did not show up. Only at daybreak he came before her with clear signs of Chandravali's love-making on his body, with eyes reddened of anger. Srimati then told him, perhaps I think it's a heavy scene, huh? Srimati, she has by herself decorated the arbor. She was so engaged in her beauty and in her expertise. She decorated beautifully for him, waiting whole night. And you know, if you wait, the time is elongating. Not only 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, the whole night. And then Krishna, he was so naughty to come to her at morning with clear signs of Chandravali's lovemaking. It was such a provocation. How could he do it? And then, with eyes reddened of anger, Srimati then told him, "Oh, Damodar, just surrender to that goddess who fulfills your desires and by whose mercy you will become happy and serve her, whose footleg colors your head, whose chewed betel nuts illuminate your mouth, and whose spotless flower garland that first adorned her butt-like breasts now beautifies your neck." Srimati now assumes the mood of a Dira Naikya who chastises her unfaithful lover with crooked words.
So
Yeah. Yes.
here we see again, this verse is so beautiful because another perspective opens up, because this verse is so beautiful. It shows us how essential the manjaris are for the divine couple to perform their lila. So how important their role is, because now Swamini is so deeply in man. She's angry. Her eyes are red, but you know, how can she come out of that? Therefore, the manjari, she is the ambassador. She is the middle girl who can break the man, and therefore it is so important to see that the manjaris, even they are humility in person and everything, but they are very, very important, because otherwise how can she come out of her anger and her man?
And this must be a huge anger. And did Krishna wanted to provoke her, or wasn't he just unconscious about that? The signs of being together with Chandravali was so obvious.
That's a good question. That is for Rasikas. Gauravani, I know you know that. Gauravani ji.
I do know nothing.
And what do you feel?
What Gurudev give me by his mercy and share with me. Actually, what was the question? I was...
The question, wasn't Krishna, did he wanted to provoke Sri Radhika? Because the signs of Chandravali's lovemaking with him was very obvious. He didn't hide it. He could have taken a bath, coming fresh. No, that's provoking her. Wasn't he unconscious about the signs that he provoked such an anger of her? Or did he wanted it to pierce her? Which was...
Well, we have to see it from, in the Lila, he's not aware because of Yogamaya. But of course you can say in one sense he is aware, because this is actually the game, this is the play, this is the taste they want to, let's say, provoke, yes. Let's say they want to have this special taste. So Radharani especially wants to satisfy him with that kind of taste. Like when you cook some special spicy things, some bitter, some sour, some sweet, and so on. So You need different kind of tastes to really taste the whole capability of the tongue. So to taste the whole capability of the rasa, you also need this different kind of tasty spices for this rasa lila. So in this kind you can see it from different perspective, but I would say in the rasa lila he is not aware in that moment. He cannot be aware, otherwise he would spoil the rasa lila.
Yes. Super.
Like you said, it must be a very dramatic upset of Radhika, isn't it? If she would be aware that it's just a game, how she could be so upset? No, she has to be really upset. And she really has to get this boy. How you dare standing before me with that signs?
Yes.
I would be ashamed. I would be ashamed to death. Of course. Who would go there with such signs? Who would dare to do that? My God, that's amazing that it happens.
Very beautiful.
And only by the mercy of the Manjaris this can happen. If they would not be in the middle, like Tarun Baba said, and bring these two sides together, such a lila wouldn't be possible. And this is the mercy, and actually this is what I understand from the verse, in the verse, like it is said, "O beautiful daughter of King Vrishabhanu." Yes, how beautiful she is. She is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and she is most beautiful. She is the most beautiful one. And even Vrindavan's transcendental Cupid, we all know who is that, always flatters your maidservant. Even your maidservants, they are actually living from your mercy, from your lotus feet. But Krishna actually has to flatter them to get your mercy. Otherwise, he will not get your mercy. He has to flatter them. Otherwise, how he can get this mercy from your lotus feet? They are your shadow. They are between you and this boy. So he has to actually come to the shadow to Radharani. First, he has to lose his crown by the feet of Radharani. It has to be there, down. And then he can grab the shadow. And by the mercy of the shadow, he gets the mercy of Radharani. So actually, this verse is actually revealing how great the Manjaris are by the mercy of Radharani. Sorry.
Wonderful, Gauravani. I maybe also Gauranga Sundar you want to add. It is such a crucial point to understand. Otherwise, we forget that Krishna is completely transcendental and Srimati Radhika is transcendental and the Leela is transcendental. We need to go deep into that. Otherwise, we have a mundane mix-up. Right, Gauranga Sundar, what is your advice to judge the situation?
It's completely above all my abilities, It's really such a beautiful purity, and Gauravani was explaining in such a way, beautiful way and relishable way. Baba here is giving one direction for us sadhakas, how to understand this kind of mana, because there are different kinds of mana. And Baba is saying Dhira Adhira Naika, heroine, which is Dhira Adhira. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita is written that there are three types of this mana. Dhira, Adhira, and then Dhira Adhira. Yes. First mana is very peaceful, very calm, Shanti. But still, there is man there is angerness, which is deeply hidden and burning in the heart. But heroine, in this case, our beautiful Radhika, she doesn't want to show that she is hurt. And she is speaking very nice words, little sarcastic, very subtly. And she is allowing her lover to embrace her. But through these very, very slight sarcastic words and waves of looking, she is showing that she is in man. But this is very peaceful man, without any strong, intense waves. This is dhira, calm, like Sudhanidhi said. But there's another opposite side of this. Dhira, it's adhira. When she is furious, her mana is so obvious, and nothing can pacify this mana. Because it's so, Acharyas, I think that Prabhupada or someone is calling this kind of adhira, like she is like a chili, and this chili, nature, is burning. So she is using such harsh words towards her lover. She is criticizing. She doesn't choose politely any kind of expression of her angerness. She's very, very, very strong. And Krishna, of course, he is also enjoying and relishing this kind of angerness of Srimati Radhika. But it's very difficult for him to pacify him. So she's furious, like a chili. And then we have one mixture of mana, dhira adhira. So Baba is saying here, this kind of mana here, which Radhika is expressing, is not so furious, but it's not so mild. It's some kind of middle stage, dhira adhira, dhira adhira. And in this way, this man is very interesting because there's a mixture of harsh words, sarcastic words, but also mild words. And it can be seen in her reddish eyes also, that this is not just ordinary mana. This is very, very strong mana. But she's trying to control it.
It's controlled.
But she cannot, because she's little reasonable, but sometimes she's getting out of this. She's losing this mood of reasonable, calm, peaceful. So Baba is saying here that in that way she is chastising her lover. Because we should know one thing, that Radha and Mohan are a young adolescent couple. And when the lovers are young, their prema, their love, is always very crooked. When they are old lovers, it's more smoothly is going on. But the lovers are in this age, 14, 15 years, when adolescence is burning their old senses, the love is very crooked and unpredictable. So this man is nourishing their intimate pastimes. And Baba is continuing then now to explain more and more to bring us in this special feeling of angerness, jealousy, because this is also one kind of vipralamba. They are together, but they cannot kiss each other. They cannot embrace each other. They are enjoying and relishing this separation, although they are together. So it brings so much nectar for their love, increasing more and more. And this dhira adhira, it's like, little harsh, little fire, little ice, little fire. This is young people who are mad in love for each other. They are acting like this. Not old ones. Old ones are very boring. Radhe.
Very wonderful. Very wonderful. I really love that. And I love the point Sudhanidhi was making, because easily the point of transcendental pastimes is going to get lost. And like Gauravani also said, we have to always keep in mind that this question from Sudevi is so nice, because we have to see what is the end game, like Gauravani already hinted at that point. So what is the end game? Of course, Yoga Maya has her influence, but on the other side, we always have to keep in mind that sometimes it's written in the Rasa Shastras that the crooked glances, the crooked sidelong glances of Swamini are even more enjoyable, this mana for Krishna, than Milan or amorous pastimes, because then there is obstacle. Then he has to overcome the obstacle. And also from the perspective of Swamini, this mana, which she is expressing now, is also one expression of her Madanakya Mahavav. This we never should underestimate, because she has this mood, and she knows very well that this is also her body, and her life is there to serve and to satisfy Krishna. So like all the nice devotees already said, there are many facets how she is doing that. Dira, Adira, or sometimes even more things. There's humor, there is so many waves in her Madanakya Mahabhav. And this Dira Adira is also there at the end to have enjoyment and to satisfy her beloved. So these are the two perspectives. Of course, Krishna is provoking her because he is enjoying the result of that provocation so much. And Radhika is doing it because she knows that he is enjoying it so much. And then there is Yogamaya. So this is transcendental. And this is what the acharyas say. We always have to hear and understand these pastimes without the material consciousness. And then they will purify. The Vikididam verse of Bhagavatam, when we hear this from the mouth of Baba and Gurudev, such pastimes will actually purify our heart, even if there is young love, even there is erotic and amorous stuff. This is on the very, very highest level of Nikunja Lila. And in the association of Snigdha and Sajati Sangha, this is actually very, very purifying. And honestly speaking, Krishnadas Kaviraj, he is saying this is the only means. It is the only means to purify the heart. And so, therefore, this is so relishable if everyone is sharing his understanding, and the words of the acharyas giving us so much flavor in this wonderful, wonderful pastime and verse.
I don't know, Gurudev, would you like to share on this subject, Gurudev? It's very deep and important to understand for us beginners how this man of Radhika and how this Krishna not coming until the end of the night, how this is all for the pleasure, for Radha Mohan's pleasure. Oops, we cannot hear you, Gurudev.
This is Swamini Madanakya Mahabhav. Madanakya Mahabhav is there is no only one subject, feelings of subject. The first line, what she did, first line of this.
Oh, beautiful girl.
Of this quotation, or of this verse?
Was.
O beautiful daughter of King Vrishabhanu, Vrindavan's transcendental Cupid Krishna always flatters your maidservants in so many ways, desiring the festival of your indescribable mercy.
Festival of mercy. Festival of mercy. So how she will make festival if there is only one tail? If the one person eats and he say, I am going to the festival for eating food of prasadam, and if there is no many varieties of things, then how is a festival? Festival of taste. This is the point. Festival of taste. Gopi is giving so much love to Krishna because in the first time in the life he has a chance to touch the Krishna. He has a chance to hug the Krishna, embrace the Krishna, and dance with Krishna. One time. This is the first time for that she can do this. And you see the gopis are expansion of Radhika. But she forgets from where that I am expansion of Radhika. Radhika, mercy, I become Gopi Bhav. But when he gets the Krishna, she forgets that. And Radhika is in the center watching. And Krishna is also in center of Maharaj with Radhika. And one Krishna is dancing with the gopis. And she forgets that what is who is the main for me. She said, I am a Radha's friend, Radhika Dasi, but not this is the Dasi, who forget the moment when he got some different thing. So this is Gopi Bhav. When the Gopi get the Krishna, she forgets everything. Because they say is a Sanchari Bhav. Sanchari means moving nature. They say that I am a Radhika, but today mind become with Krishna. And they are happy there. This is Sanchari, not a sai. And you see the Chandravali say, my God, I am yours, and you never give time to me. I am yours. Now I will not leave you because I am yours. How you can leave me? You say, Krishna said, no, I am not going to leave you. I am yours. You have to care me. You have to give me clothes. You have to give me everything. You have to care me because I am yours. And Krishna said, yes. I accept you. You are mine. I am yours. And so many demands are there because I am yours. You fulfill me this, you fulfill me this, you fulfill me this, because I am yours. If I am somebody, then he has to care me. Right or not? I am yours, then you have to care me. These are the feelings of festival. And then she is giving more love because this is the time to attract to Krishna for Chandravali, for Gopi. Now, what to do in these circumstances? She has to give more higher taste to Krishna, right? You see, Rag, Anurag, Sneh, and Man. Why Man is the more higher? Because Man is also the festival of love. Because that time the lover has to be bowed down to please the beloved. She cannot be a controller. She has to beg to pull down to her love, her angerness. And that is also the love. Because of love it happens. Without sneha, without the inner connection and feeling, it never happens. Rag means I love you. And rag means you and I love you and you love me. Sneha. Sneha means I are 24/7 in the feeling of you. And after that, this Man happening after Sneha. Sneha, man is more higher than Rag, Anurag and Sneha. Because this man, this angerness is not angerness. The satisfaction of Priya, pleasing, when the lover want to please and he want to request and lying and joking and try to melt the heart is very difficult. Is also love. Is not material type. Is the divine, is more pure. And this is the highest taste giving. So Radhika think to now I have to be man. Because everyone give more love. They are all my expansion. They give this love. This is the festival. Radhika expansion is Chandravali. Radhika expansions are all Gopi. So they are giving. Now she has to make festival. So she is giving man. And then in this man, Krishna cannot manage alone. Then he requests Manjaris, please help me. Without you, I cannot please. Then she goes inside in the kunja and said to Radhika, Krishna is praying and you are angry. And you are not angry, I know this. Because the moment he will go again, you will say, please call him, search him. Where I will search him? So why you are angry? I am never angry. 24/7, I meditate in this angerness mode. And I want to give new relishment to him. Because he eats very much sweet from other place. I want to give some salty and sour. If there is you eat, and if you only give you sweet to eat, you will take one piece. If somebody gives the salty, sour, and sweet thing, you will like to eat complete the plate. So Krishna got the sweet every plate, so she gave some sour. That it become more relishment and tasteful to Krishna. She knows the circumstances. All they are expansion of Radhika. Why she will be angry? But she want to give more taste to Krishna. This is my realization. All are telling is very nice, but I see like this. The man is for relishing more to this. And that they are give the chance to the Manjari to serve. And that Krishna want to serve Manjari, request that he make and that she say, okay, hold him, not want to go him. Then Manjari go outside. Krishna, she is very angry. She is not ready to accept you. Please, please, Manjari, Krishna is requesting. And then go. Then why not you bring him, Radhika? Then he said, wait, I'm managing something. I'm teaching him very nicely. I want to make him honesty to behave. So she goes, she's still very angry. She's not listening anything. Yeah. And again, Krishna requesting to the Manjari. And she go alone. Radhika become very angry. Why not you bring Krishna? I am not angry. How I can be angry with Krishna? He will go. Please go and bring. So these are all sweet pastimes. Madanakya Mahabhama. These are the festival of the feelings. She wants to show with different ways. These all Manjaris, all Sakhis and Gopis and Chandravali, is all the Radhika's expression. You see Bhakti Vinod Thakur song. Radha.
Gurudev, thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. My God. Can you help me? I think also you many times said in this situation now, the man, like you said, is an expression of Madanakya Mahabhav, but also I think because Radhika is not thinking I am yours, but you are mine. So she cannot say, okay, she cannot do anything but man, because she knows that he is mine. He has to conquer that man, because her feeling is you are mine. If she would think I am yours, she would be very easily conquered and she would not mean man. Is this right?
Right. She wants to make happy.
Yes.
Because they visitor, they are make happy. If you are mine, why to bother? Only I will become angry. So please me now. And
Okay.
when you come, you will visit me 1 day and 1 week, and I will be angry with you because we are very impersonal. So only just chance I got. But I say, no, I'm yours. You have to take care of me. I'm yours. You have to take care. Radhika say, I don't bother where he goes. He's mine. All are mine. Even the mine, as gopis are mine.
Yes.
Sakhis are my expenses. And Chandravali is also my expenses. Right?
Yes. Thank you.
This is the festival of feeling.
Srimati now assumes the mood of Dira Adira Naikya, who chastises her unfaithful lover with crooked words. No amount of humble words.
Love, this is the love.
Yes.
Nobody can say crooked words when there is no love.
No amount of humble words can soothe the peak of such a heroine. Shripad, in his kinkery form, is engaged in Swamini's service, following her like her shadow. When Swamini is sad, her maidservants are sad. And when Swamini is happy, they are happy. For they have no separate desires from Swamini. Shyamasundara.
The difference of the Manjari and Gopis and the others. When Swamini is happy, Manjari is happy. Gopis are happy when he meets with Krishna. She forgets her from where original, where I have to make happy. That is Sanchari movement, not fixed in Radhika. Although she is the expansion of Radhika. Chandravali is also expansion, but she wants her enjoyment, not Radhika's happiness. Like we want our happiness, we forget Radhika.
Yes, the Manjaris have no separate desires from Swamini. Shyamasundara helplessly takes shelter of this maidservant. And
it is the fitness of the Manjari. That Shyamsundara takes shelter now, that she can do meditating and feel some happiness.
Shyamasundara helplessly takes shelter of this maidservant and appeals to her with folded hands and flattering words
You see this?
to this young
What
child.
is love? Love is not there. Intense love is there. Only you can help now. That is the Radhika's one of the highest feelings, that she become man. If you have no love, you cannot be angry.
Yes. Blessed are these maidservants.
Wow.
The greatest mystics, gods, and devotees pray to Lord Krishna for his audience without attaining it. But this self-same Krishna prays to Radha's maidservants for her audience.
Wow.
Radhe Radhe. In this connection, I just remember Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Krishna himself is explaining the whole world wants something from me. They are all serving me because they want something. But who can give something to me? Only a person who is 100 times more qualified than me could do that. I only see that in Radha. And now comes the wonderful point. And of course, in her kinkaris, it's also there, as we can see here. Because the kinkaris are giving what Radha is giving to him. So the kinkaris can give him something. Otherwise, they just want. Give me, give me, give me. I am yours, you have to give me, like Gurudev said. No, we are Swaminis, and Swamini just wants to make you completely satisfied. So we give you what Radharani wants to give you. In this way, this kinkari is so blessed. Jai Shri Radhe.
And one-pointed. These are one-pointed. No other is that.
Krishna prays to Radha's maidservants for her audience. I am praying for the mercy festival of your mistress, but that depends on your mercy. Please make me qualified to receive her mercy.
Yeah.
I would like to repeat this. Krishna prays to Radha's.
You read so nicely, it becomes more beautiful. This is the way of reading this book. Really, I'm telling you. Slow, high voice, and goes inside the heart.
Krishna prays to Radha's maidservants for her audience. I am praying for the mercy festival of your mistress, but that depends on your mercy. Please make me qualified to receive her mercy. The maidservant sees the Cupid standing before her with folded hands and tells him, your offense is not small. How many obstacles our tender Princess Radhika did not have to overcome to meet you here in this trysting place. How miserably she has spent the night here all alone. And a womanizer like you cannot understand the pain she feels when you go to some other girl's arbor and come to her only the next morning to strew salt in her wounds by showing her the love marks of another girl on your limbs? Go. We don't want to see you here anymore.
So here's Sudhanidhi. This is so nice. This is what you read twice or thrice, that Krishna is praying, please make me qualified to receive the mercy of Swamini. All these things we are hearing now on a Sunday afternoon. Again and again, we come on that point. This was not given before. This was never, ever given before, except when Mahaprabhu appeared. And exactly this is Mahaprabhu's gift, that we in the Kali Yuga, every Jiva is qualified to listen to this through the mouth of the Acharyas. So this is very, very spectacular. Now that what you just read, who, not Vidyapati, not Jayadev Goswami, not all these great, great poets have any idea. The mystics, the Shukadev, Shiva, Brahma, no one of them has an idea what Swamini is thinking and how these interactions are taking place, that Krishna is bowing down and begging mercy to the Kingaris. All this is Unnatotchvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. This is the beautiful, beautiful gift of Mahaprabhu, that we can hear this. And this is really something to be treasured in our heart, verse after verse. This is not made public for hundreds and hundreds of years. So I think it's amazing.
Yes. Therefore, I thought the Rasa dance had to stop to receive this very gift, to overcome this I'm yours to you are mine. Okay, that was Sri Krishna then says, who else but you bring me to her? Who shall I turn to when you let me down? The maidservant replies, your offense was very grave, and I want you to suffer for it. Go and suffer for your deeds. I cannot pray to Swamini for your sake.
Radhe,
Yes.
Radhe. So we can see here how Kinkari very loyally is following the Radhika's man and continue to expand her man by chastising Krishna directly. She's
What
little
Srimati
girl.
didn't have done, no? Srimati personally, a bit.
He already did, but in a polite way, middle way.
Yes,
Middle
but
man.
not so. No.
But Kinkari is very prakar, very sharp towards Krishna, because she wants to give him the pleasure through the suffering and to make him more exact, because my Swamini is so angry on you, but I am also angry on you. I'm so angry on you because you hurt her. So this is the sign of great intimacy. Like Gurudev said, no one can speak like this, especially to Krishna. Who can speak like this? Tarun Baba already said, no one can write about this. And what to say, who can speak about this? Only someone who can speak to Krishna like this, he can write like this.
Yes. Remember, Gauranga, you have and Gauravani and Sudhanidhi, we all have a very similar past. We were reciting the 10 offenses to the holy name every morning. And now the Kingara is going and saying to the Supreme Personality of God that your offense is very grave. So this is also, kind of humorous and ironic, that we are always repeating all these offenses. And the Kingara is saying, your offense is very grave, go away. So this is also very, very intense, This cannot happen. Sakyabhav is not possible in this matter, not possible. Lalita and Vishaka would never say such a thing in that way.
So this is the mood of Kinkaris, actually. And every sadhaka who feels at least little drop in the heart, attraction for Kinkari Bhava, he will feel a relishing. Because it is only possible in Rasa. But in the same time, we know who are Radha and Krishna, but Rasa is pervading completely this tattva, this information, who are they. So this is the beauty. Study.
Then, in order to please the maidservant, Krishna pitifully prays to her in so many ways. Seeing Krishna's eagerness, the maidservant says, "All right, if you are so pathetic, I will try to do something for you. But never do it again. Will you always remember how much you suffered this time?" Nagara answers with folded hands, "Surely I will remember. Please go to your Swamini and try to please her for my sake. I will never commit such an offense again." The maidservant says, "I don't believe you. You are such a liar and a womanizer. When the tender golden body of my Swamini must unite with you, I will burn to ashes. I should protect her from associating with people like you." These chastisement of the maidservants give Krishna inconceivable happiness. Shri Krishna, who is an ocean of love and a mine of jewel-like qualities, is always eager to relish the sweet nectar of Sri Radhika's man, and the maidservant helps by chastising him like this. The maidservant consoles Shyam by saying, "Sit down here for a while. I'm going in first to see what I can do."
And like Gurudev said, you see that Chandravali, she can never be in such a man like Swamini, because she thinks, "I am yours, I am yours." She's easily available, readily available, because she thinks, "I am yours." But Swamini is not that way. So what is more relishable now for Krishna? Knowing that he can always have expansions of Swamini like Chandravali, which is also there to augment his taste, or to come to the place where Radhika is worshipped by the Manjaris and beg for the mercy of the Kinkaris, So this is also to be considered. So Chandravali will never give him this pleasure and this wonderful feeling Swamini can give him. This is also another form we have to keep in mind. This "I am yours," Krishna sometimes is very easy, but Radhika is not that category.
Chandravali is also want to serve Radhika, and Gopi also want to serve, because they are expression of Radhika. They are expression of Radhika, and this is the nature of the festival of the feelings. In all festival, what is happening from the feeling of Radhika happening. So many varieties of feelings are there. What feeling you like to accept in your life? You like to be in the feeling of Gopi. You like to be feeling of Chandravali. You like to feeling of Manjari. That individual soul has to decide. The Gopi Bhav is the highest, because they come to the bodily consciousness, to the soul identity. That soul can only see super soul. This is also very high thing. It's not this easy thing. To say to someone that I am yours is also a difficult thing. This is also one of the nature of the person, in the mood of the person, feeling of the universe. But the highest feeling and the highest devotion is the Manjaris are there, who is one pointed only to Radhika. They also say that I am also with you, Radhika. I am your expansion. But they start thinking for themselves. Gopis are also want Krishna. They forget Radhika. Chandravali also forgets Radhika and he wants to be free with Krishna. But Manjari said, no, I am your servant, I am your shadow. I want to make happy. And for that, Manjari can chastise to Krishna. Radhika gives the position like us to Manjari. That's the beauty of Manjari. Gopi cannot do this. And Chandravali can.
The Kinkari approaches Srimati and sees that her peak has cooled off somewhat. Swamini breathes deeply, so the maidservant thinks, I think that if I start glorifying Shyamasundara's sweet attributes a little bit now, she will give up her peak. Then she says out loud, Oh, Vrishabhanu Nandini, I know that you are angry, but over there, Vrindavasi's Cupid is so eager for your mercy that he considered the whole world to be void. The maidservant wisely does not pronounce Krishna's name, but simply calls him Vrindavan's Cupid, so that Swamini will remember all of his attractive attributes, like his flute playing, his sweetness, and his beauty. And she will understand that it is useless to maintain her peak. She realizes that if she does not become pleased now, she will feel sorry for it later. And she will have to send a duty to search for Krishna again. The maidservant understands by looking at Swamini's face that it is a good time now to bring Nagara before her lotus feet. If he will fall at her feet now and beg for forgiveness, then she will give up her peak. The maidservant thus returns to Nagara and tells him, Look, I think that her peak has come down somewhat. If you go to her now and beg for forgiveness, you can get her mercy. By saying this, the maidservant creates a wave of Rasa in Nagara's heart. With great passion, Shyama Nagara stares at Swamini's lotus feet. Manini sits down in a pensive mood, holding her lowered head in her left hand. Her feet are moistened by sweat drops that look like drops of honey trickling from a lotus flower. Seeing Shyama Nagara's passionate glance, the maidservant thinks it is as if Krishna's passion trickles from these lotus feet like honey drops in the form of these sweat drops. This is why she says, streams of deep passion flows from her lotus feet. Now, Shyama falls at these long-cherished lotus feet and begs for forgiveness. Srimati gives up her peak, and from this proceeds a new meeting for the divine couple, which is hot and sweet at the same time, like boiling sugarcane juice. O Princess of Vrishabhanu, O beloved of Sri Krishna, in order to get the great festival of your mercy, Vraja's Cupid Sri Madhava flatters your maidservant with praises. O Sri Radhe, intense bliss and passionate Rasika pastimes are flowing like waves from your lotus feet. Prabhupada says, I praise your divine lotus feet and circumambulate them every day. Thus, end this verse 94. I repeat the verse. O beautiful daughter of King Vrishabhanu, Vrindavan's transcendental Cupid, Krishna, he always flatters your maidservants in so many ways, desiring the festival of your indescribable mercy. I praise your beautiful feet, from which waves of very blissful, constant passion always flow.
Thank you very much, Sudhavi. It just came to me that we were listening now about festival of Sri Radha's mercy. But through the commentary of Gurudev and Anantadas Babaji, we also be able to drown in the ocean of Kinkari's mercy, festival of Kinkari's mercy, because she gave so much pleasure to Krishna, but also through the festival of her mercy, she gave so much pleasure to Radhika. So this is amazing festival, Trinity, between Krishna, Radha, and Kinkari, in very, very intimate situation where Kinkari is actually expressing how her expertise in serving the both of them. And this is the glories of the Bavola Sarati or Manjari Bhav.
And it culminates in a new divine meeting.
Yes.
Another
festival is coming. From festival to festival. Every word is
dance.
Festival.
Yes.
Yeah. Radha. Thank you, Sudhavi. Jai Ho. Radha.
Jai Ho.
And in this way we can see that it's not only the highest taste for Krishna, it is also the highest taste for Radha and the highest taste for the Kinkari, because she loves when she sees Krishna subdued, isn't it? So it's the highest seva, and then from this highest seva, it comes to another meeting. But this, as we hear, is not giving so much pleasure than that. So we may think different, but actually this is the highest pleasure. And we are so lucky that we have the association here and get reminded and again dive into that sweetness of exchange, these sharings. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you, Sudhavi. You read so nice. Thank you all for sharing your feelings and nectar.
Thank you.
I was also just thinking, because we hear this, the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika are, so blissful because there's constant passion flowing from them. And also in the text that it is mentioned that Krishna stares at these passion flowing lotus feet. So I thought, what happened? Krishna got lost. He had he had to also make Chandravali somehow give some time to her. But Srimati Radhika's passion was increasing and increasing and increasing. So as Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also writes in this one explanation, that the anger or the rivals of Srimati Radhika's, they do the highest service by creating this anger or passion-filled situations. Like Gurudev says, that this kind of spicy anger, it will not be happening in any situation. It can only happen when there is a rival that creates this kind of man. So that is the service of Chandravali. Like Gurudev said also, the gopis serve Srimati Radhika, and also, Chandravali, her service is like that. so that the passion becomes so strong that only the manjaris can arrange that, although the circumstances are very, very, doubtful if a meeting can happen, but the manjaris, they also add the spice, make Krishna more eager, and he is just helplessly staring at the passion-filled lotus feet of Swami.
Even Chatila.
Yeah, they are also serving this. That is a nice, change out of the box way to feel about these subjects, which are not so tasteful here in this material world. But in the transcendental way, it is increasing the happiness of the divine couples meeting and exchange. And this man is the highest kind of, like you say, spice to make pranay happen. And that's also, we have heard many times from our acharyas, that after this spice-filled situations, pitiful situations, kind of like looking hopeless situations, then the pranay, the meeting, is a more and more relishable and more festival-like explosion of their meeting. And all the dasis, the kinkaris, are very happy when they also can do their part, play their part in that. So nice.
Radhe Radhe.
Jai Udavji.
Dandavat Jai Gurudev. Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi is it's like a history of the world, but not a history like we have in the West with politics and society. It's a history of the emotions of the world. It's a story of that lays out verse by verse the shape and the character of divine feeling, divine love. What does it look like? It's difficult for us to understand, we jivas. But then we see it acted out in every verse and the commentaries, and it helps us to understand what reality is, because Radha Mohan is reality. So this is just a new chapter of what the world looks like in emotional terms. So I think for me, the most important point in the commentary is where Babaji says that the maidservant creates a new wave of rasa. Sudevi underlined this when she read. This whole theater of emotions that we had throughout the commentary, it could have been like Shakespeare, all the drama and tragedy and emotion. But what's really unique about it is that through it, a new kind of rasa is created. And then, as Sudevi also said and underlined, then a new cycle of loving emotions is started by this. And so on it goes. The movement of love, divine love, which we can get a little bit of an insight into by reading this book. Radha.
And because Gurudev was giving this example of a feast, of a festival, in every festival, most important is what you get, prasadam, different kinds. It is like you had already the plate full with pakoras, rice, sabji, dal, all different kinds. And then somebody comes with pickles. And we all know pickles alone you cannot really enjoy, but with rice and sabji and all these other things, all the other things serve the pickles so much that you can enjoy them very, very much, actually. I just got this picture from Gurudev. Jai Shri Radhe. Let's eat some pickles.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go